Hello, good morning and welcome to our first business bulletin for the day. My name is Sandra Esenamapeno. Let's start with some breaking news as the Securities and Exchange Commission has directed gold dealership firm Men's Gold to close down. This follows the controversy about their operations of gold buying from people, taking deposits, as we should say. So official statement has also already written to Men's Gold to fold up. So joining me in the studio now is George Weafe to give us more updates on. George, should we be surprised?
Well, the regulators were just waiting to finalize their investigations before they come out. And the letters that Securities and Exchange Commission, which actually regulates the capital space, they've written one to the Minerals Commission. They've also written one to Men's Gold itself. And they are saying that after thorough investigations that they've done, it has been established that Men's Gold is more of trading in the derivatives business, which actually requires a license from the Securities and Exchange Commission. And because they don't have that license to operate, after engaging all the officials that matter, it is clear that they don't have the approval to operate in that space. And therefore, a letter has been written to them that shut down that business.
George, I'm sure a lot of people want to know, why should they wait for this long to be able to carry out this trade?
Well, there are legal implications, and we don't operate in the banana state or kangaroo state. And therefore, you have to make sure that even with the party in concern, you're supposed to engage that party, get its views on it before you take any action. And therefore, they have to do all these things before they take this action of directing this gold buying firm that sees this operation, because you are operating in a space that requires the regulator of the capital market to give you a license, and you don't have that license, and your actions or inactions has implications for investors who may not appreciate the whole dynamics of your operations. You are offering a guaranteed rate to investors, and you need to come under our control, and you are not under our control. Therefore, cease to operate as an entity in offering these services to the public.
This whole development, for me and for our viewers out, I'm sure they want to know what happened to depositors.
So what will happen to them is that there should be a process where they're supposed to refund their money to them.
Is that going to be easy?
Per their own rules of engagement, at least a minimum of 20 working days, you need to notify them, and that process will be done. Don't forget that already they've asked their customers to provide their bank accounts. So that will even be easier in terms of moving their accounts to them and all the rest. Don't forget that under the agreement, again, a fraction of your principal goes to Men's Gold when you're trying to close down the business and all the rest. So I believe that all these things are supposed to be done. We also understand that the Securities and Exchange Commission has given certain timelines. So if after those timelines and those actions they've not complied, then they'll move the action to another level in terms of bringing the security personnel, going to the court and ensure that their actions or their directive is complied. Okay,
so what more do we know about this statement coming from the Securities and Exchange
So again, we also understand that they've written to the Minerals Commission as well to notify them that Men's Gold had a license to operate in a certain space, and therefore ensure that that is done, because we have done the investigations and they are not supposed to do that. Their subsidiary Brew Marketing as well, which is engaging in a certain activity they are not supposed to engage in. So as the institution that originally granted that license, make sure that you also work with us to ensure that our directive are complied with.
All right, thank you very much, George Weafe. I'm sure we'll keep an eye on the story and we'll bring you an update in our subsequent bulletin. But the news just coming is that the Securities and Exchange Commission has actually written to gold dealership firm Men's Gold to close down. Let's move to other stories. And government is still struggling to meet revenue target for the first 8 months of the year. According to the Ghana Revenue Authority, total collection for the period was down by almost 2 billion, as against the target of over 24 billion cedis. Speaking to a reporter, the Commissioner General of the GRA, Emmanuel Kofi Ntim, attributed a shortfall to Customs Division operations.
A major portion of the shortfall was in the customs area, whereas the domestic, we are only negative 0.6% from the target, or 83.8. At the customs area, we are negative 18.4% from the target, or 1.7 billion in nature. The main area in the short collections in the target for the customs has been in the import duty lines for 2018. And we realized that the levels of the importation has gone down. The number of ships which were docking at the ports have gone down. So a lot of it has gone down. And also, in the nature of the reports we are investigating, that the numbers reporting for 0% exempt and 5% has increased substantially. And so we want to look at that when we are investigating that seriously. That now the 0 to 5% area has moved up substantially, and we are dealing with the issues.
Meanwhile, the GRA says it has settled on an international firm, McKinsey Group, to improve revenue collection operations.
Essentially, the group is here to help put in place the 3 pillars in the initiatives. These are: first, help change GRA systems to be comparable to the best in revenue administration in the world through simplifying our processes and introducing innovation. Secondly, investing heavily in training our staff to build their skills. And lastly, helping build a mindset of constant improvement through sourcing for ideas to change and improve GRA. The group is here to help improve upon professionalism and the change management process in GRA. We call this improvement process Project GREAT, Ghana Revenue Enhancement and Transformation. That is my vision for GRA. GRA could potentially collect more taxes than it is doing presently. In other words, taxes collected are lower than expected. GRA should be rubbing shoulders with the best in Africa. There is therefore the urgent need to significantly increase revenue mobilization to meet growing expenditure. But this can only be done with the cooperation of the public, who depend on you for information. The days of impunity about non-compliance with the tax laws are over. GRA will henceforth go after tax evaders with a full application of the tax laws, especially with the grace period granted through the tax amnesty having expired on the 31st of August 2018.
That's all for business, but our big story today has to do with Men's Gold, and I must clarify that not Men's Gold in total closing down, but the gold trading bit where they take deposits from clients. That's what they are asking them to stop doing. That's all for business for now. My name is Sandra Senamapeno.